were just talking kind of about the offense being number 2 in the league and maintaining that defensive identity. Why do you think in this particular series against Indiana that offensive identity kind of went by the wayside?
I think we had a level of misfortune, and I'm not like that. That's not an excuse, because you got to give the Pacers a ton of credit. And a great game plan. They have experience. They have a Hall of Fame coach, and they really shot it incredibly well. 50% from the field, 40% from three, and we didn't match that skill set in terms of the shooting, which we did all year. We had a bad week and a half. I think we give them credit for being a conference finals team, which they were last year. I think we really do need to give the Pacers a little bit more credit. And when you get to that last 8 teams, everyone's really good, and it's on the margins where you get that win, that foul line blackout, right? Game 2 is going to haunt us. You know, we're 1-1 going into Indiana. It's a different series, and we have to learn that. We have to learn that. You can't have a 8-second violation, right? You can't. You have to make sure we inbound the ball. We have to shove and push and get open, right? Those kind of things, right? We have to be able to do to win that game, to win that series, and so, it's interesting. Like we're scoring the ball pretty well. We were playing in the 110s and 120s. A lot of those games, they just scored more. They outscored us. So we got to figure out, a few things. I think, to me, like, there's going to be a mental toughness hurdle that we have to get over, and the Pacers did a remarkable job.
And when you mentioned the Denvers and the Bostons and the OKC's keeping the core together and stuff like that, how is it difficult at all to not be reactionary when you have the same result 2 years in a row, just because it is a business where it is bottom line?
Well, I'll say this. Last year, if we were going to be reactionary, then last year, after everything that was written about that group and all the rumors and all this and that, and we stood pat, and look what happened, right? I think the same thing now is you lean in even more to what we're building, the culture that we have here, the internal growth, the youth, the sustainability of that. I think there's a championship window that we have here that's wide open, and that's one that we're going to try to pursue next year and the year after and the year after, and so forth. So we're not done by any stretch, but I would say, like, if there was a time that we were going to crumble, potentially would have been last year. Certainly not after what we've seen from this group this year. Is something where we're gonna break up a group that's been together 3 years and has accomplished what they've accomplished and is ready to take that next step. As disappointing as this ending was.